Hey, Tony Gas is here, popping in. Now listen to me. Every now and then, every now and then, I have to remind people who I am. Now I'm very, very humble in the sense, and the reason why I'm humble is because Jesus, the greatest man to walk the face of the earth, would allow you to touch the hem of his garment. He came in on a donkey when he could have came in on a cloud. He said he didn't even have nowhere to lay his head. From city to city. See, listen to me. And even Jesus had to remind people who he was. He had to tell them over and over that he was the Son of God. Even with the signs and wonders, they still didn't want to believe. So who am I, as Tony Gaskins, not to have to remind you who I am? I got a YouTube short, and it's also an Instagram reel. And it went viral on both pages. I guess it's just the message is so convicting that people watching it, and it's so many men in the comments. And that post, that reel, that video, it's around 50, 60 seconds. And it says, if a man says his marriage is miserable, ask him these things. Do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you watch porn? Do you masturbate? Do you gamble? And it's so many men that's mad with that because they're like, oh, it's not always the man's fault. It's not always on the man. And that's common sense. But 90% of the time, it's the man's fault. That's why they say 90% of divorces are started by women. A woman is not going to divorce a man for no reason. Somebody posted 70%. Listen, I don't read Google statistics. You know why? Because I'm in the trenches. I've been at the top of this for the last 15 years. And just because I'll do a video from my bed instead of from a corporate office downtown, people get it confused. I have clients from 6 different continents. I coach on love and relationships with people as young as middle schoolers who parents or teachers call me in to help them and mentor them, to my oldest client being 73 years old and my oldest follower online being 83 years old. Who do you know that teaches on relationships? Okay, write the name down. Write the name down. Now do this today for your homework. Go to their Twitter, go to their Instagram, go to their Facebook business page, go to their YouTube. You could even throw in a LinkedIn if you want to. And I want you to add up their total following. Add up their total following. Then I want you to go to all them same networks. Throw in TikTok too. Go to all them same networks and add up my following. And I want you to show me 9 relationship coaches. What I mean is people that you can go to their website. Like you could go on mymentor.life/Tony Gaskins Jr. and book a session with me. I want you to find 9 people in the world that you could go to their website and book a relationship coaching session who has a larger reach than me. If they have a larger reach than me, that means they play the social media game better than me. What you're gonna find is they use custom thumbnails on their YouTube videos. They use clickbait titles. They talk on hot topics, trending topics. They fill out their full description box. They use keyword tags. That is the only way that they're going to have more overall followers than me online and still be accessible for one-on-one relationship coaching. So think about this. If our world is based on science, we base our bodies and minds, the study of all of these things, biology, anatomy, organic chemistry, we base so much on science. What is science? Science is based on data. You have data from studies. Those studies tie in with your theories. Your theories become laws. So if I have over 3.5 million followers online, and I teach on relationships every single day, and I do one-on-one sessions on relationships every single day with individuals from the age of 16 to the age of 73 on 6 different continents. What are we arguing about? When I tell you something, it's not based on my experience alone. It's based on my studies. It's based on the work that I've been doing for the last 15 years. And I might be shortchanging myself because even before I became a professional, I changed that. 16 years. Even before I became a professional, I was working in love and relationships for free. And when you look at all the relationship coaches out there that's talking, everybody who talking about love and relationships, count how many books they got. Go to Amazon and search their name. See how many books they got on the subject. Go to Amazon and search Tony A. Gaskins Jr. and see how many books I got on the subject. And then when you look at somebody whose following is comparable to mine, look at their very first book. In order to produce a book, you got to have a breadth of knowledge. You got to have research. You got to have experience. You got to know what you're talking about to be able to fill up the pages of a book. When you look at a book, look at the year it was published. Then look at the year they was born. Now you find me a relationship coach that wrote a book on love and relationships at the age of 22 and then continued to write books on that topic and work and study in that field for decades after that. I'm 39 years old. I became a published author at 22 years old with my first love and relationship book entitled What Daddy Never Told His Little Girl. Don't make me have to keep reminding y'all that I'm not just talking. I do this. I'm in the trenches every day. I'm not just looking at my personal experience. I'm dealing with love and relationships around the globe. Around the globe. And when you look at love and relationship coaches, find out who was called at 29 years old to go speak on another continent on the subject matter. I was Tony Gaskins from Arbondale, Florida. Flew to Johannesburg, South Africa. paid tens of thousands of dollars to keynote for an audience of 4,000 plus one day and an audience of 5,000 plus the next day at 29 years old. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not going back and forth with you. When I say something, I could stand on it. Don't let my confidence offend your insecurity. Don't get mad because I'm stating facts and telling you what I know, not what I think. I don't have to go to Google and look up statistics from fake reports that people don't even fill out honestly because I'm in the trenches. I write the statistics. I'm in the trenches. Find a relationship coach with multiple inboxes, with thousands and thousands of unread emails from people around the world with their entire relationship history and story, pouring their heart out with all of their information, asking for insight. My finger is on the pulse of love and relationships. And if y'all stragglers who come by this page, this ain't for my folks who day ones. This ain't for my folks who subscribed. This ain't for my folks who locked in. For y'all stragglers that's coming on in here to see who is Tony Gaskins and why am I the #1 relationship coach in the world. Now you know. We're not going back and forth. I am who I said I am. And I've been putting in the work. Even when I didn't feel like putting in the work. And I'm still putting in the work. So when I tell you something, I ain't just pull it out my behind. I ain't pull it out of thin air. And I'm going to report the facts. And although I know that a man ain't the only reason for a failed marriage, one thing I know is that if a man accepts full responsibility for his life and he does everything in his power and he gives everything in his power to that marriage, it's going to be hard for it to fail. If a man is a man and he chooses a woman for the right reasons, with the right motives, and he gives 100% of himself, it's going to be hard for that marriage to fail. One thing I've learned as a man is I got a lot of power. And if I do what I'm supposed to be doing, if I'm locked in, if I'm giving 100%, if I'm pure in heart and pure in mind, it's going to be hard for me to choose a Jezebel woman that's going to ruin my marriage. It's going to be hard for me to get in a marriage that's going to fail if I'm 100% a man. And I'm going to tell y'all punks something. Stop being punks. Stop crying and complaining. Take your thing out your behind and be a real man. Real men don't wait on women to fix them. Real men fix themselves. Real men don't sit and point the blame at women. Real men look in the mirror and say, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. I'm tired of going back and forth with boys. Be a man. Shut up crying and complaining in the comments and be a man. Look yourself in the mirror and be a man. Stop scrolling through social media, arguing in the comments with somebody who in the trenches fighting real wars. Shut up and be a man. I ain't told you now lie, and I ain't gonna tell you now lie. You could take that to the bank and bet your last dollar on it. Again, this is Tony Allen Gaskins Jr. I've been here, and I'm going to stay here